So knowing that this guy called you up for the meeting and you told him you needed to pay your rent. Yeah, continue.
So yeah, I told him I needed to pay rent, and he gave me 3 days to move out of his apartment. He said he doesn't want the rent. He can handle his rent. He needs me to move out of the apartment because he cannot stand my disrespect.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, who's disrespect? Because I don't remember me disrespecting you. You're the one who has always been calling me for meetings and unnecessary meetings. Even, can you imagine? Even, can you imagine? One day I was I was from taking my bath, and I was in my room, and he knocked on my door real heavy. Why would you even do that? Before I came to that house, I told him, if there is anything, I like privacy. If there's anything, you can text me on my phone.
Okay.
No need to knock my door, because you will never hear me knocking on your door to ask you for something. Text me or call me.
Okay.
He knocked at my door that day, and I was like, what's going on? What's happening? So you're the one who has been disrespectful.
I mean, like the landlord of the house. I mean, he had right to
Yeah,
knock
of
your
course
door.
he has right. He's been here, and he's just been, how can I say it? He's just been how can I say, suppressive. He's
Okay,
trying to suppress me.
suppress you, yeah, I mean-
Trying to make me.
Because you're JJC, of
Yeah,
course.
as a JJC, he's trying to make me look like nothing. He's trying to make me worship him.
Exactly.
I don't do that, and I will never do that. So I told him I was calling him to pay rent. He said, oh, I should evict his house. He gives me 3 days. Then guess what?
Right.
His first threat was, oh, he's going to go to my job. And I was like,
Your job.
go to my job to do. You can imagine that you have an issue with someone, and the first thing they want to talk about is going to your job.
Wow.
That's to make you jobless.
So he had, and that.
I worked in the kitchen, like I told you guys. That time I was working in the kitchen. I was working at Aroma.
Wow.
Aroma Lodge. Yeah, in Bowie. So that's where I was working at the time. So my question was, what are you going to do exactly at my job?
You're taking it this far.
Yeah, you're taking
I mean,
it
for
this
somebody
far.
who just came
For
in.
somebody who just came in, and you're taking it this far, that alone
And
just made me develop a certain.
Rich. And you had never owed his rent.
I had never owed his rent.
So it wasn't about.
It wasn't
Owing
about
him.
owing him. I don't even know what it was about. I thought it was even something else. I even thought maybe, oh, maybe you like me and then you notice that
That you have
maybe
a
I have
boyfriend.
someone, and he keeps coming around all the time.
Yeah, but
and
did he ever talk about you bringing your boyfriend was a problem to him?
he never spoke about it.
Well,
And
was he always around? Because men can be jealous. I mean, just seeing you coming
Yeah,
in with your
there
boyfriend
are times
and you
that-
guys are upstairs. I don't know how the house
Yeah.
was, but you guys are in there maybe laughing
There are
and
so
giggling. And
many-
you said you're a loud person.
Exactly. There are so many times I have come and he's in the house, or maybe we meet him in the house, or maybe he comes and meet us
Mm-hmm.
at home. So all that, he has been meeting and
Yeah, that
getting to know how the vibe is.
So that
maybe
could
we
be
go
also-
out to party and then come back in the morning, just and he's up. Then
Yeah. And is he married? Was he married?
oh my God, that's the worst part. He's not married and he doesn't have a girlfriend.
Okay, so he's a lonely dude, and that is what happens to lonely people. I mean, they can't
But
stand.
when I say it, people will say, "Oh, I'm overreacting," but I know when I see it. I know some.
yeah, from
know
a standpoint
how people,
of a landlord.
I know how people will feel. I know how people will feel when they see certain things.
Yeah, but from a standpoint of a landlord, I mean, you give him some
Respect.
credit for giving you shelter first, and also maybe you should have thought it wiser. He's not married. He doesn't have a girlfriend, and you flirting around with your boyfriend could actually put him in a situation where he turns to see everything that you do irritating. So now he's developing this hate that he doesn't even know where it's coming from.
Okay, like I said before,
Yeah.
before we ever had to have an agreement or even me giving him money,
Yeah.
the day I went for the tour,
Yeah.
for the house tour to see the apartment,
You
he
had
sat
laid
down.
out, you laid
Oh my
out
God.
everything.
Honestly, I don't think those things matter. You would just say yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, you know,
from the
yeah,
beginning,
and-
right?
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah. Because even, I mean, with me, even when you're about to welcome somebody to your
Yeah,
house,
yeah.
on the first occasion,
You
you're
just say
always
yeah.
doing it with a good, clear mind. It's only when they start, when they start asking for, maybe they start stepping boundaries, something that you could allow if they had asked you on the first day, but now you're seeing these people. And
Yeah.
worst of all, you guys are just having fun, coming back from parties in the morning and just going out with your boyfriend, and you guys are in my house. This is my hard-earned money. And
Exactly.
Oh my, you had earned money, but I paid.
yeah,
to
but at
live
that time, he's
here.
not even thinking that you're paying for your
I
space.
know.
Because honestly, listen to your story. You don't see where is the issue.
Yeah,
You don't
that-
see what's the problem.
Yeah.
And my only understanding is this guy probably has something for you.
Exactly. I mean,
Simple.
what do you expect a lonely guy to? And you are a beautiful woman. You're
Yeah.
very beautiful.
Well, he would say when I went online with the issue, he said, so if he has a woman, should he bring it to me? Bro, I've never seen a woman in the house.
And you live with him.
And I
so
live with you. So what do you mean if you have a woman, should you bring it to me?
I mean,
You don't need to tell me. I mean, maybe you even make love calls and I will know that there is someone in your
Someone,
life, but
yeah.
I never hear you.
wow,
you
he's a
know?
loner. But it's okay. He being a loner, there are a lot of beautiful girls out there. And him also being a landlord, a homeowner, he definitely get to find someone. Maybe you are not just the right person, because when he saw you at first, he said, okay, this could be a good match. I'll give you shelter, and maybe from there we get to know each other and we work out something. But now, unfortunately,
I
you
have
came
a
now
ma-
with your boyfriend and you
so
spoiled the whole thing for him.
That is what everyone is saying.
Yeah, and
It's always best as a man just take a man in your house. Don't take a woman.
Right?
yeah.
Especially if you're a single man.
Yeah.
And if you're a woman, take
A woman, don't take a man.
never. Women? No. Women, will you say women prefer living with other, sharing their space with other women, with
Oh
other
my
lady,
God.
as compared to a girl sharing their
Honestly,
space with a male?
Honestly, it's just maturity. Right now I'm sharing space with women, with female. I will not share space with a man. Because you don't know. Because sometimes you feel like this, oh yeah, I know you, I know your space. I'm gonna give you your space. But you don't know.
To what extent? I mean, especially
yeah, to
in,
what
the same,
extent they can
Yeah.
go.
in the same roof, in the
Yeah.
same house.
Yeah.
Things
that
do
was
happen.
that was my thought when I thought of living with a man. I thought maybe a man would be
It's better,
preferable for
yeah.
me. But then I saw that
So now you learn.
I learned.
So what you learn is preferable you go with a lady.
What? No, I
Because-
prefer for a person like me. I just want to be in my space.
So then you have to work hard to be able to rent your own space.
Yeah.
So
For a
the-
person like me, I would just want to be in my space.
So the basement would be the best way.
Yeah, actually, now that's where I
So
live.
for JJCs, I think basements are a good start, because in the basement, even if you were sharing an apartment with a house with somebody, you live in the basement, you have your privacy for yourself. You don't have to go upstairs and share their family stuff or share their kitchen. They do a little bit of a small kind of kitchen down there, and you have your own space. That's a good start for most newcomers. For me, at that time, I did not have the mind to rent a basement. I was scared, so I moved in with my friend, and he had 2 bedrooms, and also we met at work. So guys, don't sleep on making friends at work. That's how a JJC's life opens, at work. Your first job, that's where you build your surrounding. So I met this guy and I told him, okay, I want to move. My dad wasn't in support of it, but I had looked at stuff, and my dad still treated me like a baby. I was already a grown man. And my dad would say, oh, you don't have to come back this late. I needed space. I needed liberty. I needed to exploit the place.
Yeah.
But being in the protection of my dad, they want you to come back home. My dad would be scared. Yo, they're going to shoot you. They kill people around here. Who is that guy you're working with? My friend at that time, my friend has long beard. So one day he came home. My dad saw him. And immediately he dropped me off, and immediately he left. My dad called me and said, who's that guy? Who is that guy with those kind of beards? Do you know the police?
African parents.
The police will catch you with that guy. I'm thinking to my head, why would the police catch somebody with beards? Why? My friend is a beard gang dad. If only you know I'm struggling. I've been working so hard for mine to really be full.
Oh my God.
So I mean, that's what happens. I moved into that apartment with a friend. From there, the following year, I was able to move now with my sister. I decided to take my sister and we go get us an apartment. From there, I took my apartment myself. So the basement, I think now I'm thinking if I knew that, I should have started in the basement, because there you don't have to deal with the background check. Maybe you just go to the person and then they can put you in there, and you can always negotiate and try to understand. And it's cheaper too.
Oh, yeah.
Basements are more cheaper, and they give you a luxury of staying in a house.
It is cheaper, but where I stay is like a studio basement. You know, it has the room has a bathroom.
Which makes it better.
Yeah.
Which makes it better. So you have your privacy in your space.
Exactly.
You in there by yourself, and you do your stuff.
Yeah. You don't need to cry about bathroom being
dirty
or
somebody
whatsoever.
used the bathroom. Who did this? Who did that now? And what about your cooking situation?
The cooking situation is shared.
Okay.
Shared with other tenants.
But that you
you
can
don't
handle.
even get to meet.
Okay. So how did you get to resolve that issue with him finally?
Okay, so him threatening to go to my job, I had it over here. I was like, what's going on with this guy? Has it gotten to this level? I think he came to the third. I was still in the house. And I heard he came back. I was at home. He knocked my door and said, he's giving me 24 hours to move. He's giving me 24 hours to leave. And I was like, is this something else? Is there something you're not telling me? Because this is not normal.
Exactly.
Is it that you have a problem? Is it that you're trying to put your frustration on me? Or is it just that you have a bad heart? Because you don't just move someone out of your house like that.
Like that now. Where how are you going to get a place in 3 days and move your stuff there in 3 days?
He said he's giving me 24 hours. As a JJC, I had no idea what to do, to even call leasing office or call whatsoever, because I heard if you call them, they might give you a long time to, take your time to get your things. As long as you were living in the house and he knows that you were living in the house and you were paying rent.
Okay.
I had no idea about that. I was almost tearing up, trying to go to Facebook now, looking for a house, trying to see if I can get an apartment to put myself in as soon as possible. This guy told me 24 hours. And then I went out that day. I was telling him, okay, I want to wait and see what happens in 24 hours.
Okay.
I mean,
he had pushed you to the wall.
Yeah,
so.
I said, okay, I want to wait and see what happens in 24 hours. He said, really? I said, yes, I want to wait and see what you can do in 24 hours. Because I've been so nice. I've been so calm, so soft. When you talk to me, I'm even feeling emotional. Like you're talking to me like I'm a kid. When someone talks to you like you don't mean anything, like they're housing you for free.
Yeah.
That's how he always wants it to be. Calling me to a conference meeting every now and then for an apartment. I'm just for a room.
You're paying for.
Because I stopped even sitting at the living room because of I don't want to have issues with.
I keep thinking
chair.
It was a house it was an apartment that you were sharing a room.
It was an apartment that I was sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an apartment, a 2-room apartment that I was sharing. I even stopped using. I even stopped sitting on the couch. Just stop all that because I don't want stress. So I told him I'm waiting to see what he would do in 24 hours. He said I'm waiting to see what he would do. He called the police.
So hold on. He was the one who called the police.
Yes.
But from the stories I heard, I thought you were the one that called the police.
That's why I said when people don't know.
I mean, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
I heard
when
you
people
called
don't-
the police on the guy who has the house. And I'm like, that was real bad for JJC. You just came in, they gave you shelter, and things are not going right. And then
And
you're
I'm
the
calling
first one
the
to call the police.
I didn't even know anything about police.
Okay.
He called the police first. The same day I told him, okay, I want to see what you do. He picked up his phone and the next minute I hear 263 Riverdale, whatever. I have a person in my house. He was going outside and saying stuff. I just, I sat in my room and I started calling people and crying that this guy is calling the police on me.
JJC for that matter,
Oh
you were
my
panicking.
God, please.
You said, "Oh, maybe they're going to send you back."
Not even maybe they're gonna send me back, but why would you even call the police?
Yeah,
And then my boyfriend was telling me, "Oh, don't worry, he cannot call the police. Cannot do anything. I don't know that the police cannot do anything. I think maybe they're coming to, ask me to leave." And when they came, they were like, "Sir, you called us. What's the problem?" He opened his door wide open, and I went there. I was just, around the living room. I just leaned at the wall and I was looking at him, trying to get what they're talking. He said, "Oh, he wants me to leave his house. He's been housing me." I said, "Bro, you've been housing me.
No.
Like I pay rent to you." And the police was just like, "Ma'am, calm down. We have nothing to do with you, And I was calm. So he was explaining to them, he was telling them, "Oh, he needs me to leave his house. I'm being rude. That is your problem. I owe you rent." He said, "No." So they said they have nothing to do with that. Am I on the lease? He said no. They said okay. So you have to call your leasing office, write a report, and this and that and that. He was so
embarrassed. Yeah, because
I could see
they
how
cannot put you out.
I could see how embarrassed he was. He was choked. And worst of all, I started laughing. I was like, "Look at you. You don't even know.
That.
Why would you even call the police on me?" He pushed me, I pushed him to the wall. I started laughing. I said, "Look at you. You've been in this country for more than how many years? You don't even know how it works. So you expect the police to come." He started taking his phone and doing calls. I said, "Call whoever you want to call. The president? Call the president so they can come take me out of this house." Once you push me, you push me. Once you push me, I just go nuts. I say things that will just make you feel less of yourself. I start insulting you, just giving you a hard time. Since the police didn't work, guess what? He went inside. He claims to be a twin. I don't know if he's a twin in reality or it's just, He said, "I will see what he'll do. Since I don't want to go, he's going to make me stay." He went inside. I don't know if I have the videos on. I had deleted everything because I don't want to even have memories of that. He went inside. What he said on social media was he was burning incense.
Incense.
No, the thing that
incense.
scare bad people away and stuff like that. But this guy, he threatened me.
With
He
voodoo.
said,
So he was doing juju for you.
He was doing juju for me. He will say on social media, "Oh, he was just burning incense because he was mad and all that." What he told me was, "Since I don't want to leave, I will see." So why didn't you tell me that, "Oh, I'm going to burn incense because I don't want to be mad. I just want to clear the air." But you told me, "Oh, since I don't want to leave, I will stay." He went inside, took a cup, put something like, I don't know what he put in the cup, and he wore a hat, this Bamenda
traditional
country
hat.
cap.
Oh,
Yes.
a country cap. Where is he from?
And then wore a chain. I think he's from Meta or So Banso. Yeah. So he wore that cap and wore a chain on his neck, and he was saying that since as you don't want to leave, you won't leave. That's what you were saying. If you listen to the voice note, that is what he was saying. I tried to do a clear video, but of course I was scared. I wouldn't just go right into him because he was doing it in the bathroom. Wow. So I was like, it has gotten to this level. Now, since as the police can't take me out, you want to use juju to send me out.
That was
with
crazy.
all that, I was scared.
Of course. Who wouldn't be scared? Anybody would be scared in that situation.
With all the mouth, with all the ranting, I was
now you came
deep down in my heart. I was like, Jesus. I was on call the whole time in case I fall. Me they no say, me they no say something not happen for me. Or I was like, God, please.
That kind of thing, you're acting like you're not scared in front of him, but deep inside,
Deep
you're
inside,
like,
I
oh,
was
what
so
if this guy is serious?
Oh my God. I was like, what if he's serious? What if tomorrow something happens to me? And
or
what
you fall in love with him and then now you stay
what
there.
if I'm not able to leave this house? I even tried walking out the door and coming back. I said, okay.
Yeah, of course.
Things start building your
In your mind, I mean, your mind start
Yeah,
playing on you.
I made that video and went, and then that night I could not sleep. That night I could not sleep. I was like, okay, I'm not going to sleep in this house for tonight. I'm going to go to my boyfriend's place. Then maybe tomorrow I get to walk and check some houses that I've been calling about. I went with that video on my phone. Went the next morning at my boyfriend's place. I heard a call from my manager telling me some guy came here. Yes.
Wow. He was damn serious.
Oh my God, that guy was determined to ruin my life. For what?
Because you did not give him knacking.
No, his reason when he went on social media, his reason was I was coming with my boyfriend in the house, making loud noise the whole night.
The true reason is what he said.
Of course. What else can a grown man be
true.
that
Oh my
angry and
God.
frustrated? He wants
He
to
was
get you
so-
out in 24 hours. Now he's doing juju. Now he's calling your job. Man,
He went to my job. And when my manager called me, I was like, is she serious? He said, yes, I should be very careful with the person that I have in the house. If I'm still there, I should leave immediately. I should pack up my things and leave there immediately. Because
wow, your manager is your manager telling you all
yeah,
this?
that's my manager telling me all that. That some guy came here claiming to be my roommate, went up to Mr. Perry telling him things about me, that I'm a very rude person. My boss told him, Kayla doesn't talk. So I don't understand what you mean by she's a rude person. He said, oh, if she talks to you here, you won't even stand her. Those things I was like, bro, so what are you going to tell my boss? What exactly were you going to tell him so he could fire me?
Wow. What has your boss got to do with your living condition? Were you in a
He
is it a
claims that
government
he-
job that they were going to do you some background checks or what?
He claims that, oh, he's friends with my boss. He knows my boss. But you cannot. He was lying because he doesn't know him, like, at all.
Wow.
Normally, when
People will
someone,
go extra mile just
people
to
will
destroy
go extra
people.
miles to destroy you. That is the truth. That was the worst ever mistake of my life. I've never had a scandal before. You wouldn't even hear me on someone or arguing with someone. That one was just,
Wow.
it was just so uncalled for. So after he did that, that's where they got me.
Okay.
The videos I had on my phone, I sent it to this Cameroon platform, Better Things.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that it was on Better Things that I saw
Yes,
that.
I went ahead. I sent it to her. I sent it to the platform and explained whatever had happened.
And also, I think what really pushed you to do that is because the juju thing, you were scared of the juju thing.
I was
You
scared
thought,
of the juju
hey, what if
thing.
something happened and nobody knows?
Yes, so
if
the
something
world
should happen
should know.
to you, the world should know
The
that this
world
guy
should
did some,
know.
some
And then
juju.
I didn't even put the part of going to my job. I didn't even, typing that message, I didn't really express myself. So I felt like without me expressing myself that much, people judge me. And under the comment
Of
section,
course they
like
will.
people were saying a lot of things.
Yeah, when I saw
But-
let me clear the air. When I saw it, I said my own thing. I said, why is these girls that just come here? They are too, look at what they're doing. Why would he go and report this guy and go to
Exactly,
JJ and go
exactly.
to Better Things to say stuff? Not knowing that actually this guy actually pushed your
me.
buttons. He actually pushed you. But this is somebody that was supposed to be even guiding you and helping you.
Thank you.
But now, with the sake of now you being beautiful on the other hand, and also
So this guy pushed me. The fact that he went to my job. It was just
Yeah,
too
that
much.
that was he took it. He took it to another level.
That's where it got to the peak. I just sent all the videos and the messages. I didn't even explain myself, like I said. So people were judging, but I'm someone that I don't care about what people say.
I mean,
As
you were
long as-
already put to the wall. You were already pushed to the wall. There was-
I already, and if I didn't do that, maybe I will not even find my peace. Maybe I won't be calm. So sending that, after I sent that, she posted it and he saw it. Then before I sent that, I had packed my things out of the house.
Okay.
Yeah, I had removed my things out of the house. I had stayed somewhere. I kept my things in my boyfriend's place for like three days before packing to my new house. So when he saw that on social media, people called him. He saw that, oh, it's really hot now on the Cameroon side, know. He saw that the pressure was too much.
The pressure is getting worse.
The pressure is getting worse. People were calling him from here and there. People under the comment section saying their own stuffs and all that. So his friends now pressurize him to also go online. No, what am I even saying? Yes, before I came to take my things, he was like, oh, I'm still coming to take my thing. He was saying something that I'm going to see. He's not done with me and all that. I was like, what is it again? You
went to my job.
That is when I called the police.
Okay.
Yes,
I wasn't getting it wrong.
Yes, that is when I called the police on him, because let me take my things out of your house peacefully. Why are you still dragging up me?
Okay.
What if
now
something
I understand.
happens to me now here?
I understand now.
So I called them. I called the police and they came and they were like, okay, they're going to be here until I move my things.
Yeah, exactly.
I was not calling them to come and maybe arrest him. Police, they don't even know what is voodoo from my perspective.
Yeah.
Because after showing them the video, they don't even understand. They say if I want an order, they're going to let me stay there and for a month, and the guy won't trespass in the house. I could stay there until I get my things out.
Right, you see the police? That's America for you.
Yeah.
They could give you, they could write an order against the owner of the house, ask him to stay away for a month.
The house.
So I
find
could time.
And get a house. That's what they said. But before that, I had already packed up my things. I was like, I don't even want to hear more, I don't even want to get more stuff about him. I don't even want to have anything to do. That's when I called the police. So they were there. I packed up my things, and I moved. That's when the police left. So when I went, he now saw the video online going viral. People commenting, his people seeing him and calling him, so this is what you're doing in America and all that. His friends screenshotted my picture because I don't think he has any social media accounts. His friends screenshotted my picture and also went ahead to write their own stories and sent to Better Things, saying that, oh, this girl, I don't the house you. Why do people say that they house you? Don't you pay them rent? Mind you, before I even came into that house, I asked this guy, you said rent is 700. I don't want to come. And then you start telling me, oh, this bill is this bill has added at the end of the month. So just make it easy for me. He said, okay, 750. So why won't you say I pay rent? Because it's not like you accommodate me for free. That's what they put online. Okay, now going to your problem with me. He said they started writing about me bringing my boyfriend. That's the only thing they wrote about, me bringing my boyfriend and us drinking in the house.
Drinking Heinekens.
Drinking Heinekens and eating his provisions. Yes, that's what he said.
That you ate his provision and did not replace.
Yeah, that I ate his provision and did not replace.
And then went to your room and then made loud noise.
Making noise in his house. That's what he said. I came to your house. You want, let me eat anything that I want. So when you started giving me attitude, I stopped eating your provisions.
Okay.
So because I felt like maybe it was uncomfortable, it was already, you're going to use that against me. So him bringing it up now, I see why did you even say it before? Why didn't you say that you allowed me?
Yeah.
There are
I mean, he should have
instances
cleared
that,
the air and
yeah,
said, yeah, I did allow you to use my provision, but right now I'm saying you have to
you,
stop.
thank
Um,
you. He would
it
have
w-
said that.
I mean, is that it's clear that he was just frustrated because
He
I mean,
was. He was
boyfriend.
honestly frustrated. He came online, said, "Oh, I should come and pick up. He's going to carry me to court." After saying, he didn't say anything even about the hair he was complaining about in the
Oh,
bathroom.
now the head did not even come
He
up.
was talking about my boyfriend drinking and his provisions. That's
Oh.
what he was talking about. And we drank just once in his house. A friend of mine came from Cameroon.
Okay.
So she came to visit me. I was like, okay, what would you like to drink? She said she drinks beer. I bought a pack of beer. She was the one drinking with my boyfriend. I don't drink beer. I drink wine and I drink whiskey. That's all I drink. So he was like, we drank provision the whole night and make noise. My friend didn't even stay up to 2 hours.
Wow.
But my boyfriend, the next day he drank like almost half of the whole pack. Stella beer is not that, it's nothing. And immediately he was done. I didn't even know that he was
Counting them.
he was taking every detail. That's what he went online and he was saying, and people were like, oh yeah, that's how these girls are. This is how Cameroonian girls are when they come to America. We need to teach them a lesson. They need to, you need to go to court.
To court.
yeah.
So he left. He went to the police. He did voodoo. He came to your job. Now he's going to court.
Yes, he said I
Defamation of character.
Yeah.
So how did the court thing go?
He said I deformed his character. So all that saga online, he snapped my bed. A bed I bought I think I bought it for, as a JJC, I bought that bed for $199.
Of course.
He took a picture of my bed because the bed was still there. He took a picture of my bed and sent it to Better Things. Yeah. Saying that, okay, his caption was, see the bed where they sleep with her sister on top.
Wow.
It was just my bed there. My mattress was even there because I had taken my mattress already. I had
I saw
left
the
that
picture.
bed because I wanted to trash it.
Okay.
I wanted to get a new bed for myself. So he was like, see the bed where they sleep with her sister. People came under the comment section ranting. Even people that know that even in the next future, they won't be able to afford a bed like that. Will come online and be saying, oh, see the bed, it was clean. The room was clean just to prove that there was nothing. Because if it's a dirty person, you will see how scattered and everything.
Yeah.
You saw that room. It was just that bed lying right there. After I'd taken out my mattress, because my mattress is really big. You cannot just judge a bed because it's down like that.
Exactly. I mean, whatever. It was a bed you got when you just got here.
Yeah.
And so.
And I can still get it now. It is
who cares?
Who cares?
I mean, who cares?
Okay, but you know how people are. They just talk and talk and talk.
Yeah,
So
people just
saying-
think.
So him saying he was going to take me to court, that one hit me. I was like, where am I going to start? Going to court? He took pictures of the documents and sent to the girl that introduced me to him.
Okay.
To the house, that I go send your friend for court if I go take your friend for court if he no can apologize. Yeah. He said I need to come and apologize to him before he withdraw his case. That
So
has already-
he had already made a case.
yeah, he had already gone to court. Take the papers to start writing his report and
Okay.
everything. To start writing everything and telling everyone that I need to come apologize to him or else he's going to,
Continue.
take me to court for defamation of character and all that. So that also got me. People were texting me that anything concerning court,
You don't want to get
I
yourself
don't want to get
involved.
myself involved with that. So I should just go apologize to him. It was a difficult decision for me, but concerning my status, of course, I don't want to even play with that.
Of course. I mean, there are times that you make apologies even if you are right,
Yeah.
just so there's peace. Because look, from what you explained, look at what you've been through. I mean, that was a lot. That was draining mentally. That was draining physically. So if the apology was what he needed for you to just bypass that,
Yeah.
and did you actually apologize?
Yeah. So I called him and I told him that I wanted to apologize. He said, if I want to apologize to him, I need to come to his house.
So that
said-
same house that he asked you to leave, yeah.
I said, okay, are you at home now? He said, yes. I just rushed there because if I don't do it, the moment my mind says,
Exactly.
just go and do it now.
Yeah, because if
I had
sit back,
again
rethink.
to rethink, I would just be like, I won't do it. Let him take me to court.
Yeah.
You know, I went there. I told him that everything is out of anger. Sorry for posting him online, but he pushed me. Told him about going to my job and all that, and he didn't even seem to be remorseful.
I mean,
What he said was the same way I went online with his videos, I should do a video of me apologizing and post. Yeah, that's what he asked of me.
and you did that.
I did that. I did it right in front of him. Yeah.
You did it at his
at
apartment.
his place. Yeah,
Wow.
I did it at his place.
You are a nice person.
I did it.
I mean, a lot of people will not do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll have the balls to say to do that again and post. Wow.
I did it.
That's nice.
I did it, and I did it immediately. He asked me to, and I posted it. I sent it to Better Things, but Better Things had deleted all the videos.
The previous one.
already. The previous one shows she was like, she cannot post that video because it doesn't make any sense. The
Okay.
previous post has been deleted. I was like, okay, no problem. I posted it on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, posted it on my Snapchat and on my WhatsApp. So we can go viral. So people could even screen record, send it to him, the video to him. He wanted it to go viral. He said it should go viral just as I said, I'm not the one to make it go viral, but I'll post it in all my platforms so people could see.
Okay.
You know? That's just it. He was like, oh, well, he really didn't want to go to court if I didn't, because that was ruining my life. Imagine me walking and paying him. I was just looking at him right there. I said, you evil spirit. I just want to get you off my back and leave this place.
Yeah, and if he's watching,
Yeah.
I mean, if he's watching, what do you want to say to him?
Boy, fuck him.
Oh God! I mean, you grown past that, right? And you're living your life now. So maybe you should just tell me. I mean, it's a life of a JJC.
No, please.
That I mean,
If you're a JJC, please don't ever come across that kind of person. I
I
swear.
mean, you don't choose people. Nature,
You
nature,
really don't choose people.
Nature choose.
You
Nature
really don't
just
choose people.
choose people that you that will cross your path. But I mean, the lesson learned is maybe when you're sharing a space with someone, you want to really understand these people, and if you have the opportunity or if you have the means to just get a place where you be by yourself, it's better.
Yeah, advisable you get a place where, because you know when you come, you cannot really know people
It's-
until
it's
they
a-
show you
Who they are. Who they are.
If it's family, yeah, you will say, oh, it's my family member. I can deal with that. But if it's not family, it's not going to be easy for you.
Yeah, it's not going to be
Yeah.
easy.
And I believe that we meet people. There's a reason why we meet everyone. You know, there's a reason why you met that man.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly,
think
because
it's always
it
a
has shit.
mistake.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. That you even still being angry about it, it's not worth it because you have learned and you've
you
grown,
learn, yeah.
and
You
you've
learn
grown
something from
better.
it.
You
Yeah.
don't you think that you've grown better now? You live in a good space because you should have been there, being comfortable and just being there. But now you live in your own space. You have your bedroom by yourself. I mean, you're in a self-confined place where you have every access and your privacy is guaranteed. There's nobody to talk or call you on regular meetings and discuss stuff like that. So you have your own
For
space.
real, regular meetings.
I mean, so you learn and you grow. It pushed you. So whatever that happened, it's a step ahead. It's a step. It elevates you better. So I mean, our past, it's what makes our present. So without a past, your present would not be looking this fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so I mean, kudos, you learn. So Venice said, wow, thank you for explaining that. I mean, you actually cleared the air for those who did not know or those who just heard that, oh, you called the police on this guy. Like me, I just heard that you called the police on a
Yeah,
guy that
people
was
have different versions
that
of the
gave
story.
you accommodation. This guy was housing you and you called the police on him. I'm like, how rude can this girl be? This is real bad. How can somebody do that? A JJC will come and they give you a space. Somebody's giving you the space and you go ahead to call police on them. But now coming to hear the whole story now, They say that people, social media, it's really, really misinforming. But thank you for clearing the air on that.
Yeah.
And I hope the guy also he's find peace. Maybe there were things that you were doing on your own end were that were offending him on the other side, but he could not express. He took a route that made it worse instead. But I hope he finds peace and he's moving on too as you have moved on, which is nice. And for JJC learning, this is a lesson that you can learn from. Yeah. So Vanessa, so what are you doing now with work? You said you're a chef.
Yeah, I'm a chef and a direct support.
We'll come back to that chef thing because me understanding the dishes here, the food pronunciation, knowing the names, and till now I don't even eat American food. Oh. No, I'm a JJC for real. I don't eat me American. I don't even know what. Well, at times I see they say I go to I work with a lot of people in DC. You got to say I just cooked. You know what is cooked? They just made something in the microwave and they said they cooked. What is that? You didn't cook. You just warmed something in the microwave and so how what kind of job do you do right now?
Right now, I work as an IT
IT,
auditor.
like you guys audit people.
Audit a company because I'm internal. There's external auditor and then internal. I'm internal, so I audit within my company.
Okay, okay. Is it like quality control kind of thing, or it's different from quality control?
We work more. We work on controls. We work with controls. So audit is all about controls.
Okay.
If the control is well put in place of, because IT is
Policies.
about the system. Because they have different type of audit. They have IT. They have EBS. They have HR audit. They have pharmacies. So they have different audits on the
So
IT side. So it's more of a system.
okay, I know about HR audit because from where I work, we used to hear they say, "Oh, you have to do